Buffalo Trace in total. At least I think it's a total. Hey everybody, I'm Luke, and this is Cigar Vlog. Alright, so Buffalo Trace. For anybody that doesn't know, Buffalo Trace is a bourbon company, bourbon distillery. Out of, where is it? Bourbon County, Kentucky? Is Bourbon County in Kentucky or Tennessee? Oh no, I'm in Colorado, so it's kind of one of those, I should know this, but I don't. Anyway, Buffalo Trace, the bourbon company, teamed up with Cigars International to prove that they could make a cigar that goes with their whiskey. Or bourbon whiskey. This immediately gives me cause for concern because I don't know if this is supposed to have a whiskey note, whiskey flavor, or if it's just a straight up brand licensing deal. So we're going to find out. I never trust anything flavor-wise that you see on the website because they're trying to sell you a product. So they can tell you that it tastes like one thing, and yes, I did look this up before coming out here because I want to know a little bit more about what exactly makes this a special cigar. I have a big thing of pocket lint in my cutter. Give me a second. Alright, there we go. And of course I would screw that up. There we go. Construction so far seems pretty good. Good solid double cap, possibly triple. I'm going to go with a double on this one. But anyway, the website will tell you one thing. This is like loose enough that it's giving me the creeps. The website will tell you one thing. Your tongue, on the other hand, will tell you something completely different. Also, I apologize for the wind. We have a bit of a storm coming in, and I'm hoping it's not screwing over my audio right now. It probably is, so yeah, my apologies about that. So far the aroma coming off of it smells very classic cigar. Right off the bat, draws a little snug. But overall, very leathery. Definitely getting a big hit of leather. A little earthy. Yeah, earthy leather. No spice. Interesting. Now, one of the things that the ad on the Cigars International says is that you would notice a leathery note, and I'm hoping that just hearing what they were advertising isn't influencing me. But yeah, it's just a very nice, like, you know, walking to a leather store leather. A lot of the clean earthiness, clean tobacco. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this down to the first inch and see if it wakes up a little bit. Alright, so about an inch in. Sorry, I had popcorn before I came out here. Ugh. Anyway, there's been a little bit of spice pickup, but predominantly just a very strong earthy leathery note and a slight sweetness in the retrohale, which is kind of weird. Yeah. It's like a subtle spicy with good clean earthy tobacco and leather. Though honestly, I think I'm taking up a little bit more of kind of like that spicy earthy note more than anything. The leather's still there, but I think that kind of earthy tobacco, this kind of good classic cigar flavor, is kind of starting to take precedent. So far, the biggest issue I'm having. Welcome back to the Tunnel of Love, folks. Okay, so far the biggest issue I'm having is the fact that I'm kind of having to double puff a little bit because the draw on this is weirdly snug. So I'm thinking that's probably just my sample of one because that's all I was able to get. It came in a bundle. So hopefully any more of these will have a little bit more pleasant draw. That's a little less straw for a milkshake, shall we say. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this down at the halfway point. Echo like crazy in this tunnel. And give a nice little halfway update in however long it takes. Anyway, I'll see you at the halfway point. Alright, just a quick little update here, seeing as how the ash just decided to go. It's not quite the halfway point, but I'm going to say it's probably close enough. So far I've been noticing flavors have been a slightly sweet, somewhat subtly nutty retrohale. And the main mouth is basically a pleasant spiciness with earthy tobacco and a touch of leather. That leather seems to be dwindling as it goes down, to where you get kind of this earthy tobacco and spice, which is not bad. Me personally, I typically prefer sweeter cigars, but you know, if you're not into dessert cigars, this is definitely a pretty decent contender for, you know, like middle of the day, afternoon, on a hot afternoon. I'm going to say it probably would pair better with a dark hoppy ale, as opposed to what you're supposed to drink with it, which would be Buffalo Trace. Obviously, you can drink with whatever you want. You can, you know, have it with a glass of milk. I don't care. But yeah, so far, pretty consistent flavors. I'm just looking at the wrapper here, and there's all kinds of little nutty bits all over the place. So that is definitely good. I always like seeing a little bit of the oil. I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a little bit of oil seepage just kind of bubbling up to the surface, right around the cherry there. Just a light little glisten. So that's a good thing. So clearly it's not just a brand tie-in. It is actually a decent cigar. That said, I'm going to say maybe watch out for the price on these things, because you don't want to pay for the label when what you want is the cigar. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and smoke this down to the nub here and see if anything wakes up, changes, or does anything different. Okay, that looks a pretty good point to wrap this up. So far, flavors have been pretty consistent throughout the entire cigar. Basically, I gotta watch out for wind there. Basically, it's been a nice, pleasant spice with an earthy, clean tobacco with a touch of leather. Leather kind of dies, and you know, it's a little mellower as you go. Retrohale has been occasionally a little sweet nuttiness. Every so often, I get like a little subtle floral note. Overall, though, pretty much excellent cigar. Definitely good for a nice long road trip. You're not going to have to worry about fumigating everyone else in the car, because it's just not dumping smoke like crazy. I don't quite know where to stand to not have a breeze blowing over everything. Anyway, so far I'm going to say if you can find these for about the price of, say, a diesel uncut or cheaper, then definitely they'd be an excellent hot afternoon cigar. But just watch out for people that try to ramp up the price because it's got that Buffalo Trace branding on it. That said, even if you did, I'd say it's probably still worth it. These are good. Not particularly what I look for in a cigar, because it's a little overly spicy and not, you know, I like sweeter stuff, basically. But nice dessert cigars. But yeah, overall, if dessert cigars are too sweet for you, this would be right up your alley. Anyway, not much else to say about it. The only real issue that I've had has been the draw, and I think it's just this one example. I'm pretty sure if I had a 5-pack and more than just one to go on, it'd probably be a relatively normal draw. But that said, that's pretty much it for this one. So if you like this review or any other review, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you had a different experience. Also, check out my Twitch stream Sunday to Friday night. Yeah, Sunday to Friday night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. You'd think after so many, so much time I'd remember that. I also have a VOD channel. I'll figure out how to put a link to that. But anyway, if you can't make the live broadcast, it will eventually show up on YouTube. Anywho, that's all I got for this one. See you next time.